Hi guys, so I am sick and my entire household is sick and I am not fit to be in front of a camera. So we're going to be doing a different format today as I walk you through the 12 steps of the hero's journey as it is used in the classic toddler's book, The Potty Book by Leslie by Leslie. Why are we doing this? Well, because I'm running a fever and this sounded like a fantastic idea when I started writing the script for it. I became interested in the hero's journey when I first learned that it was a structure that had developed over multiple cultures independently. And in order to study it, I decided to teach myself the nuances of the hero's journey by actually using it and writing with it. And that's how my debut novel, The Last Dragon Princess, came to be in the way that it is. It's my way of teaching myself the hero's journey. So, of course, I've started to notice it in other places, including many of my children's books. But here's the problem with the hero's journey. Try Googling it. Really, and you'll come up with something that looks like this. It's a nightmare of complex, scary, and makes you want to run away and hide gobbledygook jargon that will take even more coffee than I have on hand. And that's a lot of coffee to get your head wrapped around. So, thanks to my twin toddlers who are in the throes of potty training and are obsessed with Leslie's book, I'm going to take this simple children's book, which rather skillfully employs the hero's journey in its plot, and I'm going to break it down for you Barney style. So, some background. The hero's journey is a tried and true storytelling structure that came to be after a man named Joseph Campbell spent a great deal of time analyzing the stories of ancient mythology, or of beloved stories that had stood the test of time. He found 12 key stages which fit within a standard 3-act storytelling structure when, if followed and executed well, almost always leave readers feeling satisfied with the story. This storytelling format evolved over eons and in many different corners of the world, and simply seems to be how the human brain is wired to want certain types of stories. The 3 stages of the hero's journey and their corresponding location within the standard 3-act play structure are as follows. Act 1 has 5 steps: the ordinary world, call to adventure, refusal of the call, meeting with the mentor, and crossing the threshold. Act 2 also has 5 steps: test allies and enemies, approach to the innermost cave, ordeal, reward, and the road back. Act 3 only has 2 parts, resurrection and return with Elixir. Now, as a writer, the beauty of this structure is that if you hit most of these in roughly the right order, your story will probably feel satisfying to most readers. But even in this format, it feels complicated. It feels like it would take an epic-length novel to fit it all in. So, let me show you how the structure can work in a simple kids book that contains a whopping word count of 65. If they can do it, so can you. Act 1, the ordinary world. In this step, the goal is to meet our hero, to learn about their normal world, and to learn about their place in it. Our hero is a ginger, ambiguous baby in a diaper, and he lives in a colorful world with minimal backgrounds. 2, call to adventure. In this step, our hero faces a dilemma that threatens the comfort of his ordinary world. We learn what the hero wants and what the obstacles are to him getting it. Our hero has to go potty. The obvious solution to this problem is for him to go in his diaper. That is the thing to do in his ordinary, comfortable world. That is what he is used to. 3, refusal of the call. Fears and doubts plague the hero in this step. The problem seems far too great and the comforts of the ordinary world far too tempting to leave. Our young hero is facing an existential crisis. He does not want to go potty in his diaper. Step 4, meeting with the mentor. Here the hero meets with one or more mentors that gives him something he needs. This could be an object, wisdom, training, or advice. The mentor or mentors give the hero the strength and confidence needed to move forward in the plot. Our hero meets a cat and a dog who show him how they go potty. Our hero realizes that there are many ways to go potty, and he decides to look for alternatives to his own potty dilemma. 5, crossing the threshold. Step 5 is the transition point between Act 1 and Act 2. This is a crisis point for our hero, and at this point he must make the decision to accept the call to adventure from earlier. He may commit to the journey willingly, or he may be pushed, but after this point there is no turning back to the comforts of the ordinary world. Our hero can't hold it any longer and decides to sit on his potty. Act 2. Step 6. Tests, allies, and enemies. The hero must be presented with an ever-increasing series of challenges on the road to his adventure. He will succeed at some, he will fail at others, and he will come up with plans and have to change them as his situation changes. Along the way, he will discover allies and enemies, those he can trust and those he can't. Our hero forgets to take his diaper off when he first sits on the potty, and he must correct this error. Things for our hero don't go as planned when, after sitting on the potty, nothing happens. He gets a book to read, but still nothing happens. 7. Approach to Innermost Cave. A giant ordeal is coming, and the hero begins to doubt himself. Tension mounts. This will be the hero's biggest obstacle yet. Our hero is getting very frustrated with his inability to go potty. Why isn't anything happening? 8. Ordeal. This is the biggest challenge the hero has ever faced, and it's do or die time. In fact, the hero must die, either literally or metaphorically, so he can be reborn in a way that somehow gives him the strength or wisdom needed to succeed. Our hero falls asleep. Step 9. Reward. The hero defeats the enemy, completes the challenge, and is victorious over his greatest ordeal. He emerges from the experience a stronger, better person, often with new wisdom. Our hero goes potty! He has learned how to use his potty. Step 10. The road back. Our hero journeys back to his ordinary world, but he may not know how to fit back in now that he's a new person. The mood of this stage is joyful, with hopes of acclaim and validation. Our hero rejoices with mom, dad, cat, and dog. Act 3. Step 11. Resurrection. The hero faces a final and unexpected battle. This battle represents something far greater than the immediate goal, and the entire point of the journey will be lost if the hero fails. Everything the hero has worked for and cares about is at stake. Ultimately, the hero must prevail. Our hero's potty training is inferred at this point, but not explicitly shown. This is the only step of the hero's journey not clearly spelled out in the potty book. Step 12. Return with Elixir. This is the things will never be the same again stage. The hero returns with new swag, new knowledge, or new wisdom that permanently alters the fabric of his ordinary world for the better. Something that makes us believe his adventure was all worth it. Our hero obtains undies, symbolizing that his potty training is over and he will never have to wear diapers again. The world as we were first introduced to it has changed forever, and our hero will never have to go potty in a diaper again. At least not for a good 7 or 8 decades. So that's all from me today. If you actually like this video, then you can be sure that I am your kind of crazy, and you should absolutely hit that subscribe button. Then talk to me in the comments and let me know if any of this made sense or if it was just a bunch of fevered gibberish. I'd love to hear from you. Until then, bye-bye.